Good morning, you guys. I am so excited to talk to you guys today about hesitations and coaching and starting your business and just kind of what that looks like, because you are not alone. And I guarantee that a hesitation or something holding you back that you have, one of us leading this group has had, a coach on our team has had, a top coach has had, and 500 other 1,000 people have had when they started a business. Good morning, Jen. For those of you who do not know me, hi, Lisa. My name is Brittany Wright. I have been a coach directly under Meg on Meg's team for 7 years. 7 years in March. And I absolutely love what we stand for and what our business does for other people. I was super hesitant. I actually myself said no to coaching for 2 years because I did not want to sell. I did not want to be another person on social media or a text message or a phone call. I didn't want to do that. I had tried 2 other MLMs before. One was in beauty and one was simply a shake. And I failed miserably. And that was really holding me back from trying again. But once I got going and I started Insanity, and I just naturally started sharing my journey on social media because I was postpartum from my twins. Hey Marie, hey Melissa. I started posting my journey on social media. My husband and I were in Florida, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I know that some of these hesitations are weaved in here. So I started posting on social media about the twins and about my postpartum journey. Okay, at that point in time, I was already into fitness. It was my profession. So it wasn't completely abnormal for me to share a sweaty selfie or a workout pic or whatever, because it was a topic that was part of my life anyway. So the more I started to just share, I had a few people ask me what program I was doing, and I touch my hair a lot when I talk. I don't know what the deal is. And so I told them I was doing this program, Insanity, and then they went and bought it on Amazon or bought it through Beachbody. And I looked at my husband and I said, this Meg, word for word, this Meg chick gets paid to do this. What am I missing here? And so I reached out to Meg and I said, all right, tell me more about what it is you're doing, because I feel like I'm already doing it. I just am missing a huge piece of it because I'm not getting a paycheck, obviously. So it is about sharing your journey. I did not connect with those people. I was just simply sharing what was working for me, and I wanted to share it because I knew there were more people in my position. There were more moms going, I don't know what the heck to do now that I have these kids here, and my previous routine is no longer working for me. Going to the gym for an hour and a half was no longer serving me in that season of life. So I had to figure out something new. I had to do a new way, and I just naturally started sharing on social media, and it naturally came about. So I bring that up because a lot of hesitations that I get from women are social media and the amount of time that you're on social media, but then also what you share. And so I want to kind of go through that for a minute. I'm going to try and keep this short, but these are great topics and great discussions and things for you to know going into this. This is part of our training anyway. So as far as time, we'll start with that one. Social media and the amount of time that you're on. It may seem like coaches are on their social media often, or in your to-do list, your work checklist, I like to call it a checklist, that there's a lot of social media. There is, right? You're going to run your groups on social media. You're going to post on social media. You're going to connect on social media. You're going to be answering messages, but it's work. It is intentional time. So when I pull out my laptop, my husband, my kids know that I'm working. I'm not scrolling Facebook. There's actually a kill the newsfeed plugin that you can put right on your desktop, so that when you are working on a laptop, you don't see the newsfeed. It is not sucking you in. When I go onto my laptop, I am there for groups, I am there for trainings, I am there for connections, I am there for messages, and just building relationships and getting people set up. Now the phone, when you're scrolling, good morning, Haley. you have to view it as connection. You have to view that time as trying to build your network and build your tribe and find those people with similar pain points that you had. And on a call we recently listened to, that time that you're spending connecting and meeting new people is how you're meeting friends. It's like going to a party, and are you just gonna sit there and be at the party? Are you just gonna be on social media and hope everyone swarms to you as you're standing there looking very uninteresting? Or are you gonna grab your cocktail, grab some hors d'oeuvres, and start mingling and getting to see who's there? Who are your friends? Who are your people? You're gonna go from table to table and you're gonna try. And I know some of you are like, no, I would not do that because I am an introvert and I'm shy. I was the same way, but now through a little growth and a little confidence with Beachbody, I would not mind going to 3 or 4 tables and introducing myself. So we'll get that in a minute. But so your time on social media is what you want to make it. I do a lot during the morning. I do a lot of that. And then through the afternoon, I really just choose what I want to share and how much I want to share of my life. And that's hesitation number 2. We've heard you share a lot on social media, or I could never share the stories that you share. And if you're watching your coach, most likely they've been a coach for a couple months, probably a year. Maybe you're watching me, Meg, Abby, Megan Thomas, Brandy St. Clair, Sarah Cowbell, like people who have been coaching for 5+ years. We are going to be more vulnerable. We're going to feel more confident to share those stories because we've grown through personal development. We've grown through some of those limiting beliefs that we've had as people, as coaching has helped us grow through that season. So yeah, we share. There are some things that I don't share. I don't share a lot about my marriage. That's very personal to Matt and I. If I do share something, it's with his permission. Hey, Kristen. It's always, asking that. If I do share a motherhood struggle or my son is 2 and has a speech delay, I share about that. But I share about that now because I don't want to be alone in that either. Right? I know that there are other women out there who have kids that can help me through that as well. So I not only share to inspire and encourage and connect, but I share too so that I can receive help. I can receive a community of moms and women. My niche is obviously moms. I have 4 kids, 7, Hayden's almost 4 and 2. So I share a lot of that stuff to let women know that they're not alone, but then 2, to make sure I don't feel alone in certain struggles, right? So you get to choose what you share, and it's going to evolve as you grow as a coach. It's going to evolve as you grow as a person. You might just start sharing your fitness journey, and that's totally fine. That's where we all started, was just sharing our fitness journey. And as my brand grew, as my desire to impact and educate and inspire grew, I felt more comfortable sharing more often. And this is the timeshare piece too. I think a lot is like Instagram stories. So we don't have to post a lot, but there's that pull to constantly share how you're overcoming this or how you're overcoming that. And so things that I do, I share through the morning, and then I usually share my lunch and one activity with the kids, and then my phone really goes down. I very rarely show like an evening activity. I very rarely talk on my phone or get on my phone after 8 p.m. and share on Instagram stories. I'm tired, I'm done. And, anything that I have to say is not going to be mind blowing at 8 o'clock at night. So you just kind of figure out what works for you and what works well and what you feel comfortable with and how much of your family you feel comfortable to share, okay? You don't have to do what your coach does. You don't have to do what somebody else is doing. That's the beauty of this. You get to choose how much time, and you get to choose how and what you share, okay? So hopefully that helps. Another tip that we do with that is I might take my picture of my breakfast this morning, but I don't have to share it until later. There's nothing says that you have to take that picture and share it right away. So I might take pictures throughout the day and post them 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes later when the kids are at school, right? Or the kids are doing an activity, or the kids are in bed. So when I do my dinner stuff for my challenge groups and check in with them for dinner, I take a picture of my dinner and I don't post on it until about 8:15 in my group. So it's not in the middle of dinner time that I'm sharing that content with them. It's a little bit later after the fact. So there's wiggle room, there's tips and tricks and tools and things that we teach you to feel comfortable knowing that you are not starting this business to have a life on your phone. You're starting this business to bring some life back into your soul. So on that note, that's social media time invested for your business. And I heard it on a training today. You can rock out this checklist with intentional quality time in an hour and a half. And I know some of you are like, I don't have another hour and a half of my day. You do, I promise you, right? I've even learned how to cut more time into my day by getting up in the morning and just doing the things and not scrolling social media or checking your email or doing something else by doing all the things, right? I get up, I grab my pre-workout, I'm going downstairs to work out. I'm not scrolling the newsfeed, I'm not watching stories, I'm doing my things. So there is a good chunk of 90 minutes in your day that you would be able to take your checklist, which is downstairs in my office, and just say, okay, check that off, check that off, check that off, and just work on it throughout the day. Brandy St. Clair is one of my top coaches. She's a full-time working mom of 2. She has this massive house or massive like ranch and land that she has to manage. Her husband's a wildlife firefighter, so he travels often. And this girl rocks out her checklist because she just is intentional with her time. There is not a lot of fluff, and it's the activities, it's all the income producing activities. That's what we want to teach you, and that's where we want to hone in. Any graphics or any pictures or any videos like this, that's what your upline is for. That's where you invite your clients and stuff. You focus on the connections, the invitations, and running your groups while you allow your upline to foster those other things for you, and you learn those and do those as you can. So I run my business a little bit different. We work together to help each of you guys figure out how this business is going to work for you. Is it waking up and getting all of it done in the morning? Is it doing all of it at night when the kids go down? Is it doing bulk? And this is stuff that we teach you. We help you devise a plan to fit this into your life with some sacrifices, like maybe a little sleep in the morning, or maybe just creating a better routine and better system and better flow, and helping you push aside that mom guilt for listening to personal development while folding your laundry instead of listening to Mickey Mouse on the TV or something like that. We're really into that, into helping you come away feeling fulfilled with your business and not feel like it's taken away from your kids. It can definitely be hard to tear away from my phone and social media. It can be, and it's a choice, right? I had to make a decision that like after 2 p.m., I really don't touch my phone. I share an activity with the kids, I share what we're doing, I do kind of a recap of my morning if I want, and then I kind of put my phone away from 2 to 7. I really don't share much unless it's really funny or we're doing something unique or whatever, and I kind of save that time and make sure that, you know, I had my time in the morning. I'm going to be present with my family. So time, we will help you. We're asking, 60 to 90 minutes tops. And a lot of coaches break that up throughout the day, or you can find that designated time to build it all in. And within that 30 minutes, you guys, is your personal development. It is posting on social media and creating some content. And then the next one is being shy or introverted. So I am an introvert. And for me, what I found out was that it's not necessarily that I don't like people or I don't like talking to people. I just recharge by having some alone time. So after a long day of work and the kids by 8 p.m., I'm tired, right? That's when my introvert needs to just kind of retreat for the day. I need to retreat for like an hour or so. No talking, no tasks, nothing in my ear. I just need to kind of be. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't like meeting new people and you can't have those conversations. I just like to have meaningful, intentional conversations with people that fill my bucket. And that's what's cool about this business, is that you get to talk to your kind of people. So if you're introverted, you're probably going to attract introverts. If you are shy, you're probably going to attract shy people. But that doesn't mean you won't be successful with this business, because our business is about finding what we are passionate about and what we feel like we could talk about all day long. The reason I wasn't successful with those other 2 businesses is because I wasn't passionate about them. They did not make my heart sing. They did not make me want to do a video like this, where this business makes me want to do a business or a video like this so that I can inspire you on this topic. Again, it goes back to you share what you want, you share what you're comfortable with, but you will grow. And I think sometimes the introvert thing is true, but it can be an easy crutch. It can be something that we are allowing. Imagine. I am very flexible. You're funny. It's a crutch. It's an easy out to say I'm really introverted, I can't do that. When really, I would say back 7 years ago, yes, I was an introvert, but I was also not confident in myself. I was also I lacked a lot of self-confidence, and I didn't see myself the way that I see myself today. And so it wasn't necessarily introvertedness that I needed to work through. It was building confidence. And the way I built my confidence was showing up for me on social, or showing up for myself with my workouts, learning how to eat better, which I'll talk about in a second, learning how to eat better, showing up for my workouts, pulling myself in with this community to build these friendships with these people around me who are cheering me on all of the time. And then reading personal development to slowly get those limiting beliefs out of my head and just build that confidence. And the girl you see today is not the girl that started coaching 7 years ago. Like, the hair is different, the body is different, the mind is different, the way I speak, the way I talk, the way I hold and stand my ground. So I don't know if it's necessarily an introvert problem, but a lack of confidence problem. And I would ask yourself that question. Is it really you being an introvert? Or do you just kind of lack that confidence that you could go out and do something like this? Because I did not think that I could, but I decided I had nothing to lose. So the last one that we hear a lot is that people are not at their goal weight, or they're not in the top shape, or they don't have it all figured out, or whatever. And I'm here to tell you that's totally fine. When I started coaching, I was not in tip-top shape. I had just had twins 3 to 4 months ago. I had never really done Beachbody program before in my life in its completion. And I was not an expert. I was not the go-to, but I was committed to doing my journey. I was committed to figuring this stuff out. And I figured if I was gonna go along this journey and figure it out, why don't I help other women figure it out along the way? Or better yet, why don't we figure it out together? So I'm gonna take COVID right now for an example, you guys. I am not in tip-top shape. I am not in my best personal shape. And I could sit back and say, I'm not a good coach because I'm not at my tip-top shape right now. And I'm working through this limiting belief right now. I'm being real with you. But what I am committed to is figuring it out. I am committed to being truthful about my journey and the things that I'm struggling with my mindset, with food, with cocktails by the pool, and being open about that and going through those same struggles. So I posted about this in my challenge group, and guess what? Almost everyone in my challenge group is going through the same thing. So what makes me a better coach? Someone who doesn't have that struggle and has never had to deal with that, or someone who's in the middle of that with them, but is committed to helping them see grace, helping them see that these are fun summer moments to enjoy with your spouse, with your family, with your friends, that we just got over a pandemic and are in the middle of a world's craziness with Black Lives Matter and just so much heaviness on our world that we are not even knowing that we're carrying the weight of, and knowing that I'm walking through this with them. But that doesn't mean I throw in the towel. That doesn't mean I just let everything go out the window. That means this is what I'm doing, and I'm walking them through what I'm doing, given what I've learned and what we can come up with together. Being in tip-top shape does not make you a great coach out the bat. You have to be relatable, and people can relate when you are in the middle of your journey, or you're just starting your journey like I was, because they see you and they say, that's me, I can relate to that. And if she can do it, I can do it. If she did it, I can do it too. And so as you do progress in your journey, and I'm obviously, I started after the twins, and I've had 2 more kids during my coaching journey, and each time is this new fresh slate to show people that I can do this, that you can do this, and I'm not doing anything wild and crazy, but I am being consistent, and I am here as your coach to help you along with that. And every hurdle you come over in your weight loss journey is another tool that you are able to provide your coaches, to provide the people that come to you and who are struggling with their weight loss. And so in 6 months, as we make another shift through holidays, or 3 months as we make another shift, I can talk to my girls and say, okay, we went through this. Remember, these are things that are normal to feel. This is what we did. This is how we overcome, and we can do that together. And there's so much knowledge and understanding in that journey that you are blessed to learn and to share and to give to others. So you don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to be in your goal weight, but you do have to be committed to being on that journey and being consistent and sharing how you're overcoming these obstacles along the way. And that's what people want to hear. That's the realness that people can connect with. They don't connect with someone who can do their perfect containers all of the time and not be tempted at a birthday party, or not be tempted to do this while camping, or not be tempted, or they just live in a safe little bubble. I've been there to avoid being tempted by all of that outside world. Instead, they can say, hey, if this is how she's learning how to do it, and these are the things she's telling herself and the actions she's taking, maybe I can take some of that and apply it. And I can do that, and I can relate. And she inspires me to do 2 pieces of pizza instead of 3 pieces of pizza, that kind of deal. So those are the top hesitations that we get. Social media and how much time you're on it, social media and what you share, the time invested actually into your business, being shy, introvert, lacking confidence. Bob Heilig is we go to him a lot for our trainings in our business, and he says network marketing is a growth plan with a compensation plan attached to it. If you show up and say, I'm going to be better than I was yesterday, and show up as your best self that is that day, not meaning you are your best self every day, but the best that you can give every day, you are going to have the opportunity to change lives. And you get to choose what that looks like for you. You get to choose how much time and how much action you put into your business. And with that, you determine your goal and your success. So we're all different. We all have different goals. We all have different investment times that we want to give here. And then being at your goal weight and owning that journey and saying, I'm here to show up as my best self, and I'm committing to this so that I can commit to you. Because that's kind of where my mindset was. I was like, well, if I'm going to commit to myself, I'm going to commit to other people too, and we're going to do this together. So I hope this was helpful. I don't even know how long it was. I hope it was not too long and I didn't babble. But if you have a different hesitation that you're struggling with, or an objection or something else, you can comment below, and we will come through here today and answer those and share our experiences and our thoughts, and just put some truth to that hesitation that you're having. So thank you for joining me today. We'll see you on the team soon. We are so proud of you, and just keep asking questions. It's the best thing that you can do to go into this knowing that you know what you're signing up for, and know that there's so much opportunity on the other side of that fear that's holding you back. So happy Wednesday, guys. We'll see you later.